Let me cross post this. All right. All right. Hopefully we got everything good this time. All right, let me get on the other side here so that I can look at some here comments. Ooh, here we are. Live. Ooh, here we are. Live. That's me. Hey, Jared. Oh, goodness. Technical difficulties, technical difficulties. It's okay. It makes me a better person. All right. Today we are doing the Bushcraft A to Z R. Now we've already gotten to R. I have not seen, and this is technically a challenge sent out to all those people in the or in Bushcraft that claim to have an A to Z situation or that have started it or anything like that. This is a challenge. No one's gone to R yet. In fact, I don't think anyone's gone past E or F. I think F was the fire for them, for me too. But yeah, no one's gotten this far. So if I can get this far, guys, seriously, y'all can too. It is not that hard to get the system set up. Implementation is another thing, but then we all get better at that too the more we do it. Today's R, standing for Rapid Ridgeline, ties in with the last week's for the quick shelter. This one is interesting, is that it's just a piece of string, piece of rope. I got this real big thick one because it's easier to I'll change the J to the R next. It's a template that I put in and I copy and paste. So apparently I didn't do that. I usually do the blurry A to Z thumbnail after the fact too. So I'll fix it. Rapid Ridgeline ties in with the quick shelters things that we did yesterday or last week. So we get this rope, and this is easily gotten at Lowe's or Home Depot. You've got a loop in one end, and I think it's a 50-footer. This isn't 50 foot. This is, I think, around 30. Might be 20 actually, but it's a good way to set things up. Now, I predominantly go hammock camping when I go camping, so my back just can't stand being on the earth, and like if I'm doing a survival situation, I don't give a darn. I will be miserable until I'm not, but that's just one of those things you've got to be ready for when the time comes. Anyway, if you're just camping though, bushcrafting, then you camp the way you like to camp, whether you're ground pounding or I call it whether you're a tree dweller or ground dweller, and that's a reference to tracking. When you're tracking birds, the ground dweller will actually have a left-right foot placement. So, but if you're tracking a bird and it's both and they're hopping, it's because they're used to being on limbs, right? Tree limbs. So, tree dweller and ground dweller is a categorization when you look at a bird's prints and they're like, oh, yep, tree dweller. He's just on the ground for a second. So, hammock camper. I will have whatever the loop is on one side. I'll have the other one on. I'll have the bundle here, and then I'll pass it around the tree. Take the bundle through, and it'll tighten up here. Now, further down the line, the reason why it's long like this, and this is specific, is that further down the line, right here, I have pre-made what I call an outside. Comes through. There we go. An outside bowline. So we did bowline knots earlier. This one's on the outside. You notice the, apologize for that. Messages. All right, so a regular bowline, you'll find oftentimes this line that keeps going is on the inside of the loop itself. I call this outside bowline, which it's probably got a different technical name. It's the complications of the technicalities of rope work and cord work are, in my opinion, stupid. There's no reason to have that much problem with it. It's an outside bowline. It's not a Spanish windlass or anything like that. Anyway, then the rest of the line. Now the rest of the line parcels out easy peasy, and I'll show a way to put this together so that it does that. And then it creates a knot on the other line. So what happens is this is permanently set into the line, and it's where you clip your hammock. On the other side, it's undone, so to speak. It's just the line. You go around. You do 2 knots after you get your one set up, and the first knot is a bowline. So you do what you know to do right here, and then put it through. It makes your bowline. Now, I made it in one direction. It's supposed to be actually facing in the other way, even though it won't really hurt that much for just body. For just my single body, it won't be that bad of a thing. So you go ahead and fix it. There we go. Boom. Why did it do that again? So you put this around the tree, and then you do. So this is for the other hammock clip, but you go this around the tree, and then you just do a simple slip knot. This comes through. You pull down on it. Does this type of thing, and then you come across and slip out there as well, creating the trucker stitch that we've shown earlier. So, hello, Melanie. So this creates a quick release situation. And then all this is the reason why you put this, you wait to put this knot in, is because you don't know the distance between the trees. But that's the only reason why you wait on this side. But this is a quick setup, and this quick setup allows you to, along with the tarp situation and stuff like this. Now, if this was a not designed to be with my hammock, but designed to be with my tarp, I wouldn't need the internal, wouldn't need this one. So let me take this one out, and all you do, just have the one setup here, put everything around the one side of the tree, then the other side you do that loop thing with the trucker stitch. Simple and easy. Now, to get this together, here's what you do. You go all the way up to your loop. Continue making figure eights. I think I've shown this also in the other video. But to recap, putting them together into this, that's about good. Makes things useful. So what you do is once you get that, you gather them together and then tie it up. Now, if you want the end of the line to have a knot in it, to give you like a stopper knot to hold on to or something like that, then you just pull back a little bit on that first line, first end there, and then put that in there. That will create an overhand knot at the end of your line. If you don't want that, then create a slip knot. So you go back, you have to go back a little bit further, create a loop, and stick that down inside instead. This means no knot. That means knot. Okay, and because you went over and over and over again, you made sure there was a cross in the center every time instead of just going around, making sure there was a cross. You made it easily deployable. So preparation. Creates success. Now, again, that's kind of what I would do. As I would buy one of these ropes from Home Depot or Lowe's, cut it in half, or probably do 2 of them and cut them at 30. I've got quite a few of them, and I switch them out all the time. But yeah, just do it at 30. And then what I would do is the tarp one I would leave as is. Now you would want this for your tarp, being thick as it is. Like a lot of people would go, that's a lot of extra bulk, and that's a lot of extra weight to be carrying with you. But tarps, if you put like micro cord on there, so micro cord is you could almost sew with it, though you could see like it would be like a leather lacing type sewing situation, because it would still be kind of thick. But you could sew with it. It's that thin, but it's designed to hold like 100 pounds. So you could technically use that as your ridge line. Well, if you do that, then you create a crease, a very deep crease in the length of where you put the tarp on. And creases like that make it easy for the water to get through, especially if you're not using a very good tarp. Or if you're using a very good tarp over a long period of time, like multiple reusing it and stuff like this. So for longevity's sake, I use a thicker cord, a thicker string to make a more of a rounded top. It just makes the tarps last longer. And then what you do is for the other one, for the hammock side, you just you make your bowline as needed. It's a little too big. Let's do it this way. You make your bowline, and then the other side to the other facing when you need it. There's a camp of thought that for hammock camping you need a certain degree angle, and so what you do is you get, because there's different lengths of hammocks, you get the angle you want. Start off with this, right? Set it up at home, whatever length of tree it is. Find out what distance the other bowline knot needs to be in order to create the angle you want in the hammock. Lay down in it to seat those knots to where they need to be. Just leave them on the line. Okay, just leave them on the line after that, and then roll up as normal. Tighten it up. You've got a little bundle of rope that looks a lot better than this right here. And you pack it away. You pack the one on top of, so you pack your thinking the needs of not survival, but kind of like it's the same need in both ways. But if you arrive at your camping situation and looks like the rain's coming, So what you do is you pack things in a specific way. You got your hammock down there, but on top of, or in a more accessible place, you have your tarp ridge line and your tarp. Tarp ridge line first, string it up. Tarp second, lay it over. Then you work underneath the tarp. Then you pick the hammock line, string your hammock line up, clip, clip, and then you can stake out if you need to stake out. A lot of times people will they'll use the micro cord around their stakes. So you permanently attach the cord to the stake, to the tarp stake. Roll the cord up. There's one of your stakes. Do that 3 more times. What you do is you string the cord to the tarp and then back, and on the stake there's another hole. Or very much like this, another, like this is the stake, another small bowline, very small in comparison to this, very small, and it goes up to the tarp corner, comes back down, and then you've got your trucker's hitch to tighten it down as needed. Then you can readjust also as needed on that 1, 2, 3, 4. You have the ability to quickly, and by quickly, if you've got things set up nicely, you've got your camp set up in less than 5 minutes. So, rapid ridgeline, R matey. And that's pretty much the gist of it, of all of it. This is this might be a short video in comparison, but that's pretty much it. And once you've got everything set up, and again, go back to the idea of proper preparation. They say proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. Blah, blah. Proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. So go home, prepare, go home. You're probably home now watching this. But yeah, just string this around. You've got, this is big enough to be able to put a whole group of stuff in it. So, and that's the point. That's why they sew this like the way this is at this distance, is because it's perfect enough for this size to be able to do that. But you just, and it's really easy to do. You just, on the backhand, this setup where you just cross every time. Now you can do this over your elbow too. A lot of people, if you remember doing this as a kid, doing the garden hose or something like that, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. But you can do that in this situation as well. Just cross here. That's the biggest thing, is remembering to make sure the cross happens. Once the cross happens, you've got a situation. And I mean, you can even pull it out and look at it. They're all the same, but they're not. They're never going to not be crossed. Unless you get the loops together. It's okay. I can be loopy. Had a close encounter with a bear yesterday, so that was kind of fun. Kind of. Close encounter of the second kind. So anyway, that's both sides. So we've got rapid ridgeline, and then we've got the make sure you're prepared. Do the stuff beforehand so that you've got the stuff that you need when you need it. So there's all that kinds of stuff. What does that look like? Okay, cool. But you guys know the situation. Next one is S. S is going to be good. So apparently I have to now do clues every time. Let's see. A clue for this one has to do with longevity. Thinking end game. Not end game. thinking progression mindset instead of arrival mindset. So a lot of times, and you've heard this. I can't imagine how many times you've heard this. If you've heard this as much as I have, because it's been so prevalent. It's like the journey is more important than the destination. And that's right. You know, in a way, certain things, it's the journey that's more important than getting anywhere. Now, it's important to recognize that you've gotten further than you have before. It's important to recognize distance, but to look at to have an endpoint that when you get there, you end doing the things, whatever you got to do, then that's kind of counterproductive, and from my point of view, counterintuitive. Anyway, that's your clue for next week's thing. So S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. We have 8 left. Did I count that right? Yeah, that's 8. Wait. 8. Is it 8? Is it 8? There it is. Guys, until next time. Where's the word? There it is. Ah, there it is. Get lost, but never lose your way.